cultural fit is kind of a fuzzy concept in many ways. What people usually refer to as cultural fit is like they meet a person, and then based on that feeling they have when they meet the person in an interview situation. And I think that this kind of definition and the way you look at cultural fit being a feeling whenever you meet someone is dangerous, because it adds bias to the process. Because it has been found that if you meet someone that is similar to yourself, you're gonna have a better kind of experience of that person firsthand than if you meet someone that is kind of not similar to yourself. And the thing that we're looking for here is not similarity with yourself. I think that's very important to mention. Like, we're looking for people that fit into the culture of this company. So what is the culture of the company? Well, culture is all about beliefs and values, stories and myths, heroes and rituals. So it's not about having a good feeling about a person. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself that is congruent with your values and beliefs and your rituals. And what I mean by that is that every organization has some kind of habits, like some things you do every day, every week, every month, and every year. And that person has to be okay with these rituals or habits. For instance, if I don't believe in meeting every morning for 2 hours to plan the workday, I will not be a good cultural fit for a company that does that every day. And if I believe that customers should always come first, and then I come to a company that have a belief that customers maybe should come like third or fifth on the list, I would not be a good cultural fit for that company. Given that my value is something that I wouldn't want to change. There's a great Harvard Business Review article where they talk about what the values of the company is. And they say that the core values of the companies are things that shouldn't change over time. They're non-negotiable. So if you sit down as a company and ask every single person in the company right now, what are some things that you would never negotiate? And you decide on like 3 to 5 of those values, because you cannot have like 20 of those things. But make a list of some of those values that you have that everyone agrees on shouldn't be negotiated, even if it would mean increased profits. Like, this could be like, we should never trick a customer, even though we could potentially make money on tricking the customer. So the idea with core values is like, it's things that are non-negotiable. It's things that even though we could make a couple of extra bucks doing something, we will not do it because there's a value that we truly believe in. And what's important is that this new person that comes into the organization agrees on the core values and beliefs and the rituals of the company. So you need to start with being super clear about what the culture is of the company before you start to evaluate cultural fit. And there's basically 2 ways to evaluate cultural fit. One way that Netflix is doing is that they're taking their culture and they have made a document, a manifesto with their culture, and then for every single person that comes into their recruitment funnel, they share this document with them. They share this document with their cultural values, so that the people that are not agreeing with those values can like not, they wouldn't want to work there, right? So it's better to communicate your culture now when you're structuring the recruitment process than later whenever the person is like onboarded to the company. And the second way is to do kind of the indirect way of this, like doing some kind of test with the person. asking questions about these values, like prioritization questions, like if you come up in a hypothetical situation and then you see how the person would act in that specific setting. So I think a combination of like asking questions plus communicating very clearly what the cultural values of the company is kind of a good fit.